Hi, personal project supervisors. I hope that you're doing well. So today what I'm going to give you is a quick update on where your students should be at for the months of what they should have completed in the month of October and what they should be focusing on in the month of November, essentially. So where they should be at and what they should be doing. So if they haven't completed the things that should have been already done, to have them encourage them to move quickly through that, and then to get to where they should be now. So we're basing all of this off of our suggested timeline, which you can find right here. All of our suggested dates are what we're following to keep the students on track, and you can double check that. So what should have been done by now is the investigation. We had set investigation to be done in September and October, so they should have completed their proposal, their goal, topic, and inquiry question, and provided process journal entries for them. They should have identified prior knowledge that is relevant to their project and product and provided process journal entries for those. They should have also completed their research and shown their research skills. You can find more information on research skills right here in the slides that we're looking at today. You can find a breakdown of, or things to have them include in their process journal to show they have research skills. So as they're completing their research, making their plans, summarizing research, evaluating their sources, reflecting on their process, to have them do some of those things here that are the research skills that we're looking for in IB and that the assessment criteria for the personal project require. So those are things that should be done. If they haven't done those, please encourage them to do them. If they're falling behind or those things, or you see them really struggling with them, please let me know whenever you can or as soon as possible. What they should be focusing on now, moving forward, is that they should be developing more detailed criteria for their unique product. So we had them create basic criteria when they were doing their proposal back earlier in October. They had to come up with, a rough idea of what their product was going to be. Was it going to be a 15-minute video? Was it going to be a 20-page essay? We had them come up with those basic standards for what it would be like. But now we want them to be creating more rigorous criteria, which you can find through this link. And here I have this folder in our help folder, and the students have these same documents as well, so don't feel like you have to share them with them. They have the same access, but in their own folder. So if we look here, there's a good description of what should be in the personal project criteria, but what we should be including in total are that they should have clearly explained and presented success criteria. They should identify the different achievement levels of each category of criteria, and they need to demonstrate an understanding of how to measure the success of each category of criteria. So there are a few different models of how they can do some of these things here, or what criteria look like. But there's also another optional one that is suggested because it includes a lot of those things. So maybe a similar format to this, where they can outline the poor quality versus a good quality product and all the different criteria types, and explain how their research supports why they need to have this type of or this certain criteria for each category. So I encourage you to explore these. I've included the list of design specifications as well, which include different categories that can be used for the personal project. So they're things we use in design, but it can be used for the personal project for them to outline some of their criteria. They can also create their own categories that are completely unique, but these can be things that can help them get started. The second thing they should be doing this month is to create a detailed plan for how they're going to complete their product and what they need to do to be successful. If we look at our supplementary process journal guide that we created together, and we go to the section that is about planning, we can find that there are a few different ways to do that. Some of them come from design, where we plan for tasks. Others come from INS, where there's an action plan. And then there's also ways that we can create plans in sciences and arts. You can help your student figure out which type of plan is the most useful for them, but essentially they just have to decide how they're going to execute their product. How are they going to complete this project? What are the steps they need to take and the things that they need to do to complete the project and their product? They also need to be showing self-management skills in their process journal, and so they can do this by showing awareness of their use of effective, organizational, and reflection skills, which we can find more information on here as well in this slideshow that was attached in the beginning here. Their organization skills and their effective skills and their reflective skills will help them to show overall self-management. And essentially, it doesn't mean that they have to have a single process journal entry that's all about self-management, but it means that in in some of their reflections where they're talking about their research or they're talking about their struggles they faced, or even their planning process, if they can talk about how they've maybe shown perseverance, or a way that they have considered what they needed to know, or what they have yet to do, or what could be better for them. So by peppering in these ideas or these different skills into their process journal, they can show self-management throughout the whole process, as well as criterion B, which is what we're focusing on now, the planning. If you need a reminder on the assessment criteria that we have been focusing on these last few months, so the investigating and the planning, you can see them down here, and follow these slides that we looked at together at the beginning of the year to remind you of the task-specific clarification for the highest achievement levels. So essentially, the students should be done with their investigating, but if they're not, push them to finish it, and these are the things that they do to do that. They should be beginning and finishing their planning within the month of November, and so this is what is required for their planning, these 3 tasks here. This is how we can encourage them to stay on track. These are the things we can look for. These are the things we can encourage them to do to remain ready to go with their starting taking action in December. Let me know if you have any questions regarding any of this. I'm here to help, but this is what we should be looking for, and linked here all the ways that you can help them and learn more about each of these things if you're unsure. Have a great weekend, and I will see you soon.